know, I was just thinking. It's like, is the grass really greener on the other side? When you do make it to the other side of the tracks, of those tracks, you can envision something, or like me, like you you're just doing it, and once you actually get to the other side, you're not expecting anything but what's surprising to find, but your past. And it's like at that time, you don't see your past as a place that's actually depressing. And when you don't feel like you see your past as somewhere, you when you see your past, when you don't see your past as somewhere that you wouldn't think twice to go back to, it's easy to get sucked right in. So you gotta, it's kind of good to compare your situation as, um, I was this person and I was that person. And that's the thing about comparing yourself to your past. You don't see yourself as a bad person. So it makes it hard to resist. It makes it hard to yeah, it makes it hard to resist um going back. It makes it easy to go back. So it's like, don't look at yourself because that can confuse the situation. Just look at the situation, and reflect on who do you see yourself as. It's so many fears of doing what you really want to do, or doing what you feel like your calling is. But then it's like, when you get puzzled, you can easily get puzzled by, I don't know how to do this. Maybe it's not for me because I don't have that skill. I have to learn so much. And that's the thing about my past. I was open to learning. Even when I knew like I did not have this ability in me. I'm better off alone, of just, going by my own mind instead of using, things um I guess, when it's all, I don't know, instead of using other things to determine, or I guess define myself or who I am, I this is what I did. I feel like this was the mistake that I did make. You know, I went ahead and I did those things. And I know to this day, I got stuff that I just don't know how to use. And I don't have the mental energy to use these things. So therefore, I'm going to go with, what do I know? What can I understand? You know, and that's how I found myself. That's how I found myself. When you find yourself, you know it's yourself because you can see your family tree. You can see your roots. You can see clearly, you know, who those eyes belong to, who that nose belong to, who that mouth belong to. You can see yourself through your family. That's how you know you found who you are, and you are you. So that's what I'm saying. It's easy to get lost and other stuff because like I said, believe me, I have, and it's been hard. I don't even think I ever really actually found I never knew where home was until I found home. And it's like I said, it's like you got this inner child in you, and that inner child is so ready to, that inner child can just jump in into a lake, you know, so curious and it's so exciting. But once you get into that lake, once that child get into that lake and they feel, they start to feel, what's that creeping against me? What's touching me? They start, it look all good and it looks so, cool and refreshing because that's how water is until you step into that water and you start to feel something rubbing against you. You start to feel uncomfortable. You start to feel, you know, like something just ain't right, you know. It was all good until it wasn't. And that's when you kind of become unsure. You start to see the truth. You start to see the truth for what it really is. It's like, you know, is this what you really want to do? You start to question yourself and you start to reflect on your situation now, what you had before versus now. It's always that, before now. If it's not who you was before versus now, it's what what your situation was before now. It's all about the journey. And it can easily be distracting. And it's gonna be hard and it's gonna be difficult because a lot of your past experiences of who you were before is right in that lake. Like I said, it's all about the lake. You step into that lake and there's so much, stuff in there. You can find, stuff not like maybe, I don't know, realistically or nothing, but this is just me thinking out loud. Like you step into that water and this is the same lake you used to play in when you was probably like, you know, 7, 8 years old. And you step back into that water and what a coincidence you find something you find a toy or something that you used to play with a long time ago in that water because you used to play in that water. And that's the thing. Lakes go on and go on and go on. Even if this ain't the lake that you used to play in, that something from, that water carries on and then you find it in another lake. That's just a, idea of how one thing can lead to another, you know. But regardless, it's all connected. It's all, if it's not the lake, it's the ocean. If it's not the ocean, it's the river. If it's not the river, it's the pond. Water is water. And it can scare you. and make you want to take take off that swimsuit and just put your clothes right back on and walk away. Like, no. But then when you're walking away, it's like you're you're walking back into that feeling of I just need to get away. You know, that feeling of I just need some water on my skin, you know. It's so hot, it's so dry, it's so humid, and I feel like I need some amusement in my life. So then you turn back around and you put back on your swimsuit and you jump into the water. Regardless of the feeling. Regardless of mentally how you feel. And maybe even physically because you don't like what's touching you in that water. But emotionally, right in the middle, like Malcolm in the middle, you feel like it's exactly what you needed. Yes, the best advice I would give is just don't go reaching. You know, focus on your swim. Don't go searching. Act like whatever you're looking for, you've already discovered. And sometimes, you don't even have to act. You did discover what you were looking for. So now it's all about the swim. I guess it's just best not to go looking. You know, doors will open up to you. Things will be revealed. But it's on you if you walk into that door or you stay. It's a choice. You're not in control of that door. So if that door slams on you while you're standing there, being curious, it closes. It slams. Life is scary, no matter where you are. I used to read this book. My favorite childhood book was Monsters Inc. My favorite movie was Monsters Inc. And once I loved it, once I become familiar with the movie and stuff, I collect it. Like if I find a book, I'll take the book home with me as a memory. But yeah, Monsters Inc. I feel like that's what I would compare life to if I was talking to like a child or something. Even if like that might scare them, but that's the thing. It's like you don't focus too much on what's going to scare your child. It's all about protection, and eventually they're going to think about the stories that you told them And growing up, they're going to realize, and understand what you meant. Even if it scares them now, it'll definitely help them later. I'm tired. I can't sleep. I slept, actually. I did sleep good, but it's like, I had a weird dream and it kind of just woke me up out of my sleep. It was really, really weird. To where I thought I was awoke. Like I'm literally asleep, dreaming about me making, what was I doing? I was on my phone and I think I was editing my video on the very phone that's laying right beside me. So I think I'm thinking I'm up and I'm doing this, and come to find out, I'm asleep. You know, I'm waking up and I'm just I'm waking up. First thing I do, I look up at the ceiling and I look up at the walls and I'm just like, hold on. No, actually, that's what I'm saying. The dream was so confusing because I thought I was asleep. Okay, so I wake up and I go to the bathroom. I come from the bathroom, I lay down, and I'm thinking about like, okay, so I was just laying down I was laying down editing my video. So I look over and I grab my phone and I'm like, ain't nothing, ain't no video on here or nothing. So I dreamt it. And I'm like, I could have sworn I was just laying here looking at a video or editing it. I was doing something with a video. And turns out I was dreaming the whole time. I'm like, I thought I got up to use the bathroom, because I was already up, but I was asleep. It was weird. It was so weird. I don't know. So, yeah, I just want to come on here and get some type of clarity about, what I'm going through right now, currently. And I am going to try and get some. Good night.